Today's podcast is brought to you by Sculpt Fitness. Come on in for your free consultation and find out if the LiveSculpted lifestyle works for you. Yeah. All right. Start it up. Oh, what a catchy title. Stop trying to lose weight. But I think that it's really important for some of the people who have been struggling, so many of the people who have been struggling constantly throughout their entire lives to lose weight. They need to know that there's a couple of things that they can do. We do plenty of seminars here on this to kind of educate our clientele and educate our people, so then that way they know what's the best way that works for them. Everybody is different, but the one thing that we keep constant is that it is a lifestyle. You need to treat it like a lifestyle. This isn't a 6-week, 8-week, 12-week, 16-week fix. You need to stay away from certain traps like that, certain trainers, certain coaches. So just with saying that, you need to stay away from that. If it's constantly about weight loss, you're constantly holding your life hostage, your happiness hostage, your physical being, your physical body hostage. So stop trying to lose weight and really focus on making it a lifestyle. So right off the bat, you already know. Now, how do you do that? Well, there's a couple of different things that you can do. One of which, you want to find yourself a mentor, a coach, a trainer, somebody that you're going to actually listen to instead of waiting for your chance to talk. Listen to the coach, listen to the trainer, listen to the mentor. Because what'll happen is, if you're constantly just waiting for your chance to talk, telling them all the things that you almost tried or didn't work, those are the things, those are the pitfalls. You didn't have somebody there to coach you through it. And I have coaches, I have people that I refer to, I have mentors that I go to for all sorts of stuff in my life, and I think it's really important. So that's going to be obviously the largest one. You want to make sure that you do that. Now, when you're talking about training, when you're actually talking about personal training, or when you're talking about just going to the gym, when you're talking about just doing what you need to do, make sure you're doing it for strength. Make sure you're doing it for your body's well-being. Make sure you're doing it for your body. The problem is so many people get caught up on, what do they do? What do I do? Find something that's going to work for you, something that you enjoy doing. If you're going to the gym 6 days a week and you don't like it and you hate it, how are you supposed to keep that up? How are you supposed to keep that up long term? Tell me, because it's not going to happen. So find something that you can do long term. That's going to be really, really huge. Now, it's also important to train yourself to ignore those quick emotions, those quick, simple emotions, to grab something or eat something or do something. You want to be able to stay disciplined. And now, your weak emotions, your soft emotions, are what got you into this in the first place. So it was you. Make no mistake. You can blame everybody you want, but at the end of the day, it was you. So if you're not staying disciplined and you're not saying no to those things that you absolutely know are contributing to you going the other way, or the opposite way, or the direction you don't want to go, we got to cut those out. You have to make sure you stay disciplined for that reason. Otherwise, you're going to screw yourself over, and it's just going to start again. It's just going to constantly start, and then you're holding your life's physical being and mental being hostage again. So that's going to be extremely, extremely important. Moving out of your comfort zone is going to be extremely, extremely important. Doing things that you might not like all the time. So after a while, when you do those things, these daily disciplines, these things that you know, you're listening to the right people, you're bringing in good mentors, good coaches, you know, those friends that you have that don't have your best well-being in mind start falling to the wayside, and these people start coming out of the woodwork in your life and just talking to you and just encouraging you and being there for you. And these are people that you're going to want around long term. So, and then you find out that you're strong enough to do certain things. When you find out you're strong enough to do these things that you never thought possible, you're going to get yourself out of that comfort zone. And then you keep going. Make no mistake. Don't ride this high. Don't ride it too high. Don't ride it too low. You stay right in the middle. You accomplish something that you never thought you could accomplish, and then you move on to the next one. You just do it and watch what that does to your character. Watch what that does to the daily disciplines that you have. You know, it's like it's amazing what happens when you can stay as organized as you can for your life and for your life's disciplines. It really does work. So I always tell people, just kind of stay in the middle. You don't want to go, oh, I did all this stuff, because then some people, it's more of a fall from grace, and then they kind of have to redo it all over again. But if you stay in the middle, you know that it's your lifestyle now. You changed it. You made it what you wanted it to be. So if you do those things, it really does help. So the 3 easy things that you can help change yourself, your physical lifestyle, just your mental life, just your lifestyle, is going to be: 1, you need to find a good mentor. If you don't find a good mentor and coach, or somebody that is going to be there for you, it's like, who can we look up to? You have to have somebody that you look up to. Yes, it's good to look up to somebody famous, or good to look up to somebody but I'm talking more of a local mentor, a coach, a trainer. You need to find those people that are accessible, that you can talk to, that you can bounce ideas off of. And a good coach, a good mentor, a good trainer will always be there for you and have your best interests in mind, not their own ego being inserted into the situation. It's going to be about you. It's going to be about you and your relationship with them. And that's going to be huge. That's going to be one of the most important things. The second thing, if we want overall long physical and mental control over this, is taking the situation, tracking your food. If you track your food, the one thing that all these diets have in common, the one thing that all these things that these people try and fail and do, is it's some sort of caloric deficit. You're restricting your calories, whatever. You can't do that forever, but what you can do is track your food. When you track your food, you usually are a little bit more behaved. You can kind of see the food coming in and understanding, hey, I probably shouldn't have had that. I probably shouldn't have had that. I could have had this. I could have a little bit more of that. Protein, carbohydrates, fats, all of those things. So it's important to track. If you don't track them, you can track them on an app. But if you don't track them, you also can write the food down. Food journaling has been just universal. Some people, they don't like the old-fashioned pen and paper. That's why we have, so you can use an app. But some people prefer the pen and paper. Using that to see your eating behaviors unfold is going to be a big eye-opener for most of you. So the last one that I like to say, so the top 3 things that I do: stick to a training regimen, stick to something. Now listen to me, this is the most important part. Stick to a training regimen that will work for you long term. If certain things in your lifestyle change, we adjust. You adjust those things so that way they still stay in your life properly. Think training long term. Don't do just a workout. Don't do just an exercise. You're training your body. You have to believe that you're worth it. You have to believe. The only way that you can honestly use all those 3 things: 1, finding a mentor, a good mentor that cares about you, that you care about, that you look up to, that they get stuff from you. It's back and forth. Is the only way you're going to think that is if you think you're worth it. So you need to make sure you do that. The mentor, tracking your food, watching what you eat. This is just for the normal general wellness. Everybody can learn from this. Then sticking to a training regimen is the most important part, one that works for you. If you're constantly at work, if you're constantly, running around, you still can find time. Trust me, I know. I work with people who just work 70 hours a week. I mean, I'm one of them too. I do the same thing, but I find time, and so do they. And so the key is to find something that works for you. If it's 2 days a week, that's great. Stay consistent long term. Watch what happens. Do those 3 things. find a mentor, coach, trainer. 2, stick to some sort of tracking your eating, writing it down long term. The third thing, make sure you stick to a training regime that works for you long term. I know that'll help. Try it out seriously and really, really try it. Not short term. No, none of this 1 month, 2 month, 3 month stuff. Really try to stick to it 6 months, year, and then watch what happens. You've built yourself up to be a different person to handle certain things. You'll see. Just try it. I'm out of here.
LiveSculpted.